Tuesday, everybody. So first off, welcome to the first Tuesday of 2021. Hopefully, we can leave 2020 behind us and move forward with a bit of positivity. So today I wanted to quickly speak on tax preparers because now is the time when most people start thinking about finding someone to help them with this process. So, I really want to say all tax preparers are not created equally. Most tax preparers out there are what we call seasonal. They only work in tax during the 4 months of tax season. Then they go back to their normal day job and life. So I'm going to say I highly recommend that you find someone that is a tax preparer or an accountant that this is their full-time career and they work in this business year round. So while you may not need them throughout the year, it's nice to have access to them year round should you need them. And the seasonal preparers, well, they'll only be there for you through January to April. So they're not going to be there May to December, which is the time of the year when most people are really trying to do their tax planning. So next, let's talk about credentials. So credentials are certifications and licenses that your tax preparer holds. So there are four main credentials that a good tax preparer should have at least one of them. So they should hold one of them. So the first we have is the AFSP. So that is the annual filing season participant. So this is the bare minimum credential that you should accept for anyone that you pay to do your taxes. So this person has at least 18 hours of tax specific continuing education annually, and they take a test every single year to verify that they should know everything that is new and that they should be able to competently prepare your taxes. So the next credential is an attorney. Most of us are familiar with attorneys and lawyers. Most people don't think about attorneys and think tax. But all attorneys are technically licensed to file your taxes. However, as with all things in law, attorneys niche down and specialize in specific areas. So, what you would want there would be a tax attorney specifically to handle your taxes. So, for attorneys, in order to retain their credential, attorneys are required to obtain continuing education each year, and this is reported up through their state bar associations. However, their continuing education does not need to be tax specific. It can be in all areas of law. So that's one reason why I would say if you were going to use an attorney to prepare your taxes, make sure that they are specifically a tax attorney. So probably one of the credentials that people are most familiar with are CPAs or certified public accountants. So shockingly, all CPAs are not experts in tax. So, similar to attorneys, you need to find a CPA whose specialty is tax. If tax isn't their specialty, they could potentially cause more harm than they do good. So, like attorneys, CPAs are required to complete so many hours of continuing education each year. And only a portion of that continuing education is required to be tax focused. So, lastly, we have enrolled agents, and as NAEA puts it, they are America's tax expert. An enrolled agent or an EA is a tax focused credential that is issued by the IRS, and EAs are required to obtain 24 plus hours on specific tax continuing education each calendar year. So, realistically, out of all of those, enrolled agents are the ones who will typically have the most tax focused continuing education out of everyone. Next would be followed by the annual filing season preparer. and then CPAs and attorneys, only because all of their credentials aren't required to be tax. Whereas the AFSP and the enrolled agents, they are required to be tax specific. So now, in contrast to all that, shockingly, the majority of tax preparers out there hold no credentials whatsoever. So this means that as a tax preparer, someone is not even doing the bare minimum that they should be doing to learn the new tax laws. So, to help you make a better decision on who to trust with your tax preparation, I am including a link to the IRS Preparer Directory. Only tax preparers who hold a credential will appear on this list, and my recommendation is for any individual or business out there who is paying someone to do your taxes. I recommend that you search this list for your current preparer or any preparer that you are looking to hire. And if they're not on this list, it's probably time to either find a new tax lady or continue your search. So, yes. But then, lastly, the last thing that I wanted to let you know was just a reminder that until January 15th, I am offering the free QuickBooks Online 2020 review. And this is for anyone who wants to make sure that their books are good to go to have their 2020 taxes prepared and they are set up good to start their 2021 year. I will also post that link in here as well, and you can schedule that. But I think that is it. So until next week, everybody have a good week, and I'll talk to you soon.